We're talking about cupcakes today, people. Let's freaking go. Alright, we're not actually talking about cupcakes today, but one of the things we are going to discuss, well, we're kind of talking about cupcakes. It's just used as an analogy. It's not our main focal point. But today what we're going to talk about is the hierarchy of training. And an analogy I'm using is the cupcake analogy. So throughout this video, I'm going to put up a picture of the cupcake and each thing I'm talking about. That way you guys can kind of stay on track with where I'm going. So here's this picture of the cupcake, hierarchy of training at the top, delicious cupcake analogy. So we have three different sections. We have the cake at the bottom, the frosting in the middle, and the sprinkles on the top. Each part plays an important role in your training, but I'm going to start at the bottom and explain to you guys why that foundation is the most important, why that frosting, it should be your second priority, kind of, and then the sprinkles should be your third priority, something that you should think about sparingly. So first of all, that cake, that batter that you bake in the oven turns into your cake, that foundation is extremely important. In this situation, it's going to be your mobility, your flexibility, and your recruitment patterns. So, and your posture too, that definitely falls into that realm. So as you can see above in that frosting part, lifting weights is the second part of that foundation, or the second part of that cupcake. If we don't have the right recruitment patterns and the right posture, it doesn't matter what we're doing as far as lifting weights. Here's a perfect example. A lot of people, one of the things that a lot of people in the I shouldn't say just the US, but just people in modern times now struggle with is the rounded shoulder posture. So they have these rounded shoulders and their necks go forward like this because they're typing on computers all day long. And so their scapula aren't retracted into this position where they're standing upright all the time. So one of the exercises where I see this play a role a lot, or where I see it come to life, is a cable row. So on the cable row, their shoulders are pulled forward and they're rowing in like this. And so it's all the elbow joint movement, using a lot of biceps, and since their scapula are not retracted, they can't fully bring those shoulder blades together, squeeze those rhomboids and traps to work that back. And so, although they might be putting a lot of weight in the pins, they might be moving a lot of weight when they're rowing, they're not recruiting the right muscles, and so there's really just no point in them doing that activity until they fix those recruitment patterns. So that foundation, those recruitment patterns, flexibility, mobility, is the most important thing you can do, because that frosting of the cupcake, the lifting weights, can be taken to its best potential, its full potential, when those muscles are firing properly, when the central nervous system is bringing the strongest signals to those fibers, and those fibers are accepting them and completely utilizing those signals. Does that make sense? So that middle part, now that we're here, is your lifting weights. This is a huge part of your body composition, and in this whole video, we're just talking in aspects of creating the best body composition for yourself. So the second part, the frosting, where you're lifting weights, is an extremely important part, but it's not gonna matter if that foundation isn't built. So once that foundation is built, you guys need to be lifting weights. It's going to create stronger bones for your body, more lean muscle tissue. More lean muscle tissue means a better looking physique, and a better looking physique means more confidence in yourself, more self-esteem, and more often than not, health is going to fall into that better looking physique because there's proper nutrition that's involved with that, so on and so forth. But today we're just talking about the training. So the lifting weights, that frosting part, is extremely important, but only when that cake, that foundation, is built. So in that frosting part, you're going to have things like compound movements, two joint movements, a lot of deadlifts, squats, bench press, overhead shoulder press. Those are your big foundational movements that you should be working on. From there, then you can work on more advanced stuff like supersetting exercises. That's when you get into trisets, supersetting different muscle groups, working on one joint movements, really contracting and squeezing the muscle, working on things like occlusion training, where you're keeping the blood locked into that muscle group, so on and so forth. So that lifting part is extremely important, but you gotta have that foundation first. After that, on the very top, is your cardio. Now, once again, all you cardio heads out there, don't get pissed off at me. I'm not saying cardio is a bad thing. I think cardio is fantastic, especially when it comes to health. But What I'm trying to make sure that you guys understand is that you should not be relying on cardio as your number one source for body composition and fat loss. That cake, that foundation, along with lifting weights, that should be what you're relying on, what you're leaning on in order to change your body composition, whether it's fat loss or building muscle. Cardio as a tool for fat loss and body composition should be sprinkled in, just like the sprinkles on your cupcake, should be sprinkled on top whenever you want to get a little extra boost, reach your goal a little bit faster, or lose a little bit of extra fat. So say you're a week out from your goal deadline and you've met your goal, but you want to try to lose 0.5% more body fat, then you crank in some cardio at the end there. You sprinkle it in. But you guys should not be at a point where you're relying on an hour of cardio a day, 30 minutes even, 45 minutes of cardio a day in order to maintain your body weight. If that's the case, we got to start over, go back to the bottom of the cupcake, work on our recruitment patterns, go into the lifting until you're maintaining your weight, eating a lot of calories because you have a lot of lean muscle mass and you're a lot stronger and you're a lot more fit in that area. Then the cardio gets thrown on. So just make sure that cardio is not what you are relying on if you're trying to lose fat. You should be able to take your calories down while only lifting weights and still lose fat while maintaining a lean physique. If you're trying to lose fat and every single time you're associating that with lots and lots of cardio, you guys need to start back over and go to the bottom. And I understand this can get a little complex. There's a lot of nutrition that's involved, macronutrients, tracking, knowing when to adjust those and how to adjust those macronutrients week to week. I understand there's a lot of complexity in that. So if you guys have any questions, obviously you can reach out to me. Other than that, hope this video helped, hope the cupcake analogy helped. Build that foundation, work on the mobility, flexibility, posture, and recruitment patterns, then focus on lifting weights, building lean, dense muscle mass with that. Sprinkle in cardio whenever you want in order to accelerate that fat loss. From there, ask me if you have any questions, reach out to me, shoot me an email, adam@poehlmannfitness.com. I'd really appreciate it if you guys followed me on social media, Facebook /Poehlmann Fitness, Instagram, Adam_PoehlmannFit. All this stuff is down here too. You guys can obviously visit the website, poehlmannfitness.com, and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Just go ahead and click the subscribe button. You guys will get notified every single time I upload an awesome video, so you'll never miss out. No more FOMO. No more fear of missing out. You guys will be good to go. So thanks so much for being here, guys. I hope you guys got a lot out of this, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.